Good morning to one and all. So welcome to computer networks video classes. So in this video we start the first unit. So in this we should cover several concepts like as introduction to networks and network types, network history, different standards and administration, network models and physical layer. So first of all, we discuss about some basic concepts before starts the computer networks. So first of all, we know about data communication. So what is meant by data and what is meant by communication. So already we know what is meant by communication. So basically communication means so transferring some information between two end nodes or two nodes. So those nodes may be either devices or anything. So here telecommunication, for example, consider the telecommunication. So that means we can communicate from one person to another person with some measurable distance or with some distance. That is nothing but telecommunication. So here in this telecommunication we are transferring some information. So that information can be referred as data. So here data refers some information we are transferring between one node to another node or one person to another person or one device to another device. So that data format is depending on the two end parties. So whatever the data format agreed upon the both parties. So that is the data. So the data may be either text or video or audio or anything. And next, what is meant by data communication? So here data communication means nothing but we are exchanging the some information, that information is in the form of data. So by simply we are exchanging some data between two devices, so with the help of some transmission medium. So that process is nothing but data communications. So now we observe some sample format or some sample pictorial representation for data communication. So here whenever we want to transfer the data from one node to the another node, for example here sender is sending the data and receiver is receiving the data. So in this process, so here whenever sender was sending the data, that particular data must be transmitted with some rules and regulations. So those are nothing but to transferring such data from source node to the destination node or one node to the another node with the help of some set of rules. Those rules is known as protocol. Those rules is known as protocol. So here for example here sender to send the data, so here sender was using some number of rules. These rules, the sequence of rules is known as the protocol. By simply here protocol means nothing but some collection of rules or some set of rules. At the same way, based on these rules, here sender was sending the data to receiver. So here to receive the particular data by the receiver, here also receiver is also used same set of rules. So for that purpose here we are using the protocol. Here sender was sending some message, so that particular message can be transmitted through the some medium. So here this medium is maybe either wired or wireless. So that means either connection oriented service or connectionless service. So for example we consider some physical connection like either twisted pair or coaxials or any others. At the same way we can use some wireless communication also, like as infrared waves or Bluetooth or any other things. So these are the several components while we are going to performing the data communication. So these are the totally 5 components. Those are sender, receiver, medium, some message and protocol. So here protocol is the set of rules and sender is used here sender is the to sending some information, and here the data can be transmitted in the form of some message. To transfer that particular message through the some medium, that medium may be physical or logical. That means either physically existing or doesn't existing. At the same way here receiver is used to receive the whatever the message transmitted or whatever the message sent by the sender with the help of same protocol, that means same set of rules and regulations. So these are the basic components of the communication system. In the same way, so in this process while we are transferring the data from one node to the another node, how data can be transferred in different ways. So here data can be transferred in 3 types. or three types of data can be transmitted in data communications. Those are simplex transmission, half duplex transmission, and full duplex transmission. So here simplex transmission means we are simply transferring the data from one node to the another node. So that means here, for example, consider this is the some server and this is the some client. So here server was always sending the some data to the client. So that means here data is always in unidirection. That means always here data was transmitted from this mainframe computer to the monitor, just like from CPU to the monitor. So here CPU is always sending the data to monitor. Here monitor doesn't send any information to the CPU. So just like that. So this type of data transmission is nothing but simplex data transmission. And next one is half duplex data transmission. That means here both nodes can able to exchange the data, but at a time only one node can able to transfer the data. So that means either, for example, here this is the station 1 and this is the station 2. So these two stations can able to transferring the data through this communication channel or this transmission medium, but at a time only one station can transferring the data from one node to the another node. For example, here when station 1 was sending the data from station 1 to station 2, at that time station 2 can't able to send the data. At the same way, whenever station 2 was sending the data to the station 1, at that time station 1 can't able to send the data. So that means when we are using the half duplex, so this type of transmission can have the capable of transferring the data in both directions, but at a time only one direction data can be allowed, either sending or receiving. And next thing is the full duplex. So here this transmission medium is also similar to the half duplex, but here this transmission media or this transmission technology at a time can able to send and receive the data. So that means here whenever station 1 was sending the data, at that time station 2 also can able to send the data to station 1. Both stations can able to send the data at a time. So this type of data transmission is known as full duplex, and only one direction at a time we can send or either receive the data. So such type of data transmission is known as the half duplex. And simplex, only sending the data, we can't able to receive any information. So this type of data transmission is known as the simplex data transmission. So these are the three types of data transmissions or data flows in data communication system. And now we know about what is meant by network and what are the different types of network. So already here network is similar to the communication. So here what is meant by communication? Communication is the transferring the data or transferring some information between two or more devices or two or more components. At the same way, here network is also simply collection of some devices. That means by simply network is some set of devices. So those set of devices was connected by some communication links. So why these set of devices are connected with some communication links means to share some information. So that is nothing but network. For example, we consider some desktop PC. So here desktop PC is also some network. That means here keyboard and mouse and some printer, these all are form as some single network. So why those all are form as some single network? To sending the instructions or to receiving some instructions from the CPU. For that purpose we are using some communication links like keyboard wise or mouse wise, either printer data cables. These all things is treated as some communication links. With the help of those links we can send or receive the data. So that is nothing but network. So the same way we can consider one more example. For example, there are two devices, so system 1 and then system 2, or node 1 and node 2. So if we want to send some information from node 1 to node 2, at the same way we want to share some information from node 2 to node 1. So for that purpose these two devices can be connected with some communication channel or some transmission media to exchanging the information between those two devices. That application is nothing but some network, or that kind of processing is nothing but network. So by simply network is the some set of devices, so to transferring the data with the help of some connection, some connections or some communication links. So in these networks, so we simply says that So network is the collection of nodes or set of nodes. So here what is meant by node means that particular node can be any device, which may be computer, which may be printer, either mouse, keyboard, or any device. So that is nothing but node, which may be mobile or any electronic device. So we want to share information with one node to another node or one device to another device. For that purpose we can combine or we can connect those two or more devices as a single network. So that's why here each and every node may be either computer or any other thing. So and next, what is meant by link? So here link is nothing but by simply some connection. So that means some transmission medium. So to transferring the data from one node to another node, so it acts as the some transmission medium or some medium to transferring the data from node 1 to node 2 or node 2 to node 1. So for that purpose we are using the links. So this link may be either connection oriented or connectionless. So connection oriented means which may be some cables like the twisted paste or coaxial cables or optical fibers. At the same way, connectionless means we are using the air as the transmission media. There was no need to any physical component or any physical medium to transferring the data in connectionless services. Correct. So now network criteria. So that means how we can measure the network performance or reliability and then security. So in network performance, so if this performance is depending upon the all network elements, that means whatever the hardware components and software was used on the that particular network. So here network performance is always depending on the whatever the infrastructure was used for establishing that particular network. At the same way here this performance can be measured in throughput. And next one is the reliability. So that means that particular network is how much reliable, how much amount of reliable or how much of reliable. So that means what is the reliability. So that means how much amount of failure rate can be allowed through the particular network. So that means here whenever the particular network's failure rate is very less, then we can say that the particular network reliability is high. So whenever the particular network's failure rate is high, then we can say that that particular network reliability is very low. So this reliability can be measured in robustness or availability of that particular networks. And final thing is the security. So whenever we are processing some data through that particular network at that time, so how that particular data can be transmitted from source node to the destination node without any correction or without any corruption or any loss of the data. So that means without losing original information, we can transferring the data through that particular networks. So based on these are the several criteria for networks. So in networks, in network security, so we can mainly focus on the whatever the errors can be occurred, and then is there any chance to accessing the unauthorized users or not. So now we discuss about physical structure of the networks. So actually this physical structure is depending upon the majorly two physical connection, two physical things. Those are the whatever the type of connection was used, and then whatever the topology was used on that particular network. Based on these two things, we can say the different types of different structures of networks based on the physical connectivity. So here physical connectivity means nothing but whatever the type of connection was used in that particular network and which type of topology was used, and that means which type of structure of that particular network. So here type of connection means, so two types of connections are available. Those are point to point connection and multi-point connection. So here point to point connection means nothing but, so in case the particular network can contain either 5 devices, then device 1 to remaining 4 devices having the some physical connection. At the same way from device 2 to remaining 4 devices having the some physical connection. So that means to share the information within that particular network, each and every node was using some specific link to share information with another node. So such type of connections is known as the point to point networks or point to point connection. And multi-point means single connection or single communication channel can be used by the multiple users. That is nothing but multi-point connection. And coming to the physical topology. So here we observe about what is the physical structure of that particular network. So is it in the form of either circle, either rectangle in this manner, either star or mesh in this manner. So what is the physical structure of that particular network? That means whatever the components was whatever the nodes are used in that particular network, so those nodes are arranged in which manner physically. So that is the physical topology. So these are the two factors to calculating the structure of the networks. So now we observe what are the two types of connections was used in the network. So those are point-to-point connection and multi-point connection. So here in point-to-point connection, these two nodes are using some dedicated link. So here this node this station wants to send some information to this station 2, then it was using this dedicated link. At the same way, station 2 also using this link to send data to the station 1. So each and every pair of stations can using the dedicated link. In multi-point link, so this single link can be shared by the multiple stations. So this is the variations between point-to-point connection and multi-point connection. And next one is the what are the different categories of the topologies. So here there are majorly four types of topologies. Those are mesh topology, star topology, bus topology and ring topology. So here mesh topology means here each and every node so here each and every node can connect with the remaining n-1 nodes. So that means, so this is the structure of mesh topology. So here station 1 can having the connection, direct connection with the remaining n-1 stations. At the same way, station 2 is also having direct connections with the remaining n-1 stations. So this type of structure is known as the mesh topology. So here to establishing the mesh topology or to form some network in mesh topology, so here each and every node can connect with the remaining n-1 nodes. So that means, for example, we are having either 5 nodes as a some network. So to establish that particular network, so we want to maintain the connectivity from node 1 to remaining 4 nodes. At the same way, node 2 to remaining 4 nodes in this manner. So in this mesh topology, so reliability is high. That particular data must be transferred to the destination node without any loss. But here the major drawback in mesh topology is it requires more hardware and cost expensive. Why? Because for example, we consider 5 devices as a single network. To establishing with that particular network, it requires approximately 10 devices, 10 cables. So that is nothing but n into n-1 by 2 number of cables or connections can be required to establishing the network in mesh topology. So at the same way, next one is the star topology. So to overcome some amount of hardware requirement can be required to establishing the network. So compared to the mesh topology, here star topology is the better. So that means here the single hub can be transferred or switching the information between one station to the another station. That means these 4 stations can share information with the help of this hub. So whenever station 1 wants to share some information with station 2, here station 1 can send the information to the hub. This hub is responsible for transferring such information to the destination node. So this is the process of star topology. Why this topology can be called as star means which is this structure is physically like as star. So that means either this is the hub, station 1 can be located here, station 2 can be located here, station 3, station 4, station 5, station 6. Finally this is in the form of star structure. So that's why this type of topology is known as the star topology. Compared to mesh topology, here star topology can reduce the some number of cables and then hardware equipment. So this is some more cost efficiency to compare the mesh topology. And coming to the next one, bus topology. So here in bus topology, single communication channel can be accessed by the multiple stations. So here this is the main communication channel or transmission medium. So this transmission medium or this communication channel can be accessed by the remaining total number of devices or total number of nodes. So here in bus topology, to communicate with the particular bus cable, so this cable is known as the bus cable. So to communicate with this one, here we are using some special device that is known as tap. So with the help of this tap device, we can connect with some station. So this connection is known as the drop line. So that means this is the main line and this is the drop line to share the information with this particular station. So at the same way, we are using another drop line for station 2. So here whenever we are using n devices, then we require n number of taps. So the major drawback with this bus topology is whenever we are increasing the number of taps, then there is a chance to reducing the signal strength. So that is the only major drawback with bus topology. But the advantage is compared to mesh topology and star topology, very less number of equipment, very less amount of equipment is enough for establishing the network. And final topology is ring topology. So here ring topology is also similar to the bus topology, but here both ends can be formed as a circle. So that means both ends, starting end and ending end, both ends can be connected or communicated. So this one is the ring topology. So compared to bus topology, ring topology is the some better advantages. Why? Because in bus topology we are using the taps to connect with n devices, but in ring topology we are using the repeaters. So with the help of these repeaters, so without losing the signal strength or signals, we can share the information with large distances. So these are the details about star topology. So these are the 4 topologies was used in the majorly used in the computer network. Some other topologies is also available, but these 4 are majorly used in computer networks. Whenever we are using more than one topology, that means we want to merge or we want to combine 2 topologies as a single network, then we can say that hybrid topology. So these are the details about network structure. So in next session we discuss about what are the different types of networks. Thank you.